Hey all, how are we all doing? Let me just sort of camera. Okay. Go. No. Try again. Hi all, hope we're all doing well and everyone is good. Today's video is gonna be a slight. There's rumours and there's not a lot really there as well at the same time. It's a strange one at the minute because everything's gone a bit quiet this week and there've been stuff that's been interesting. There's a lot to talk about. Hey Riley, hey Lionel Messi. There is a lot to talk about at the moment, but there's also not a lot of news in the transfer week. So it's been interesting. Hey Edits, I hope you well, mate. So it's gonna be good to see how this stream goes. There isn't much in terms of what's going on. I'm not too bad, thank you, mate. I'm doing okay. I've been ill this week. My other half has been ill. My little one's been ill. We've all had an illness, so this week, whatever went up was interesting. I got it through, got it all, but it was great to get it all done. But yeah, it's been a weird one. Let's start with the Wilks thing on Monday. Let's just start on a little bit of a timeline because I don't have much of a kind of review set list kind of thing today. I normally do. It's one of those ones where I'm always having to try and be a little bit more prepared, but so there's no stuff at the minute. Hey, Mark, hope you well, mate. Evening, Martin. Yeah, so we'll start with what happened on Monday. So Monday, we find out that the Wilks deal it was all agreed by the sounds of it, and then they changed the goalposts. I did a video on it, and for me, I'm a little bit not concerned by it, but it does annoy me. I don't like seeing a club suddenly change the goalpost. They're allowed to. It's their player. He's currently played for them. But for me, it just annoys me. It annoys me when clubs move the goalposts and change it a little bit. It does my head in because if there's something already been agreed by the sounds of it, it's all changed again. And that just really irritated me. Then you start looking around for other people. Is the Wilks at Wednesday Punk yet? Or is it taking ages? The first time I caught your live, love your blog for. Cheers, Stuart. Thank you very much. It's the Wilks deal is one of those ones I think is going to run and run. I think if Lucas João leaves Reading and we get that 500 to 600k that's reported around the transfer fee they might have to get for him, we could use that fee, then put on what they want. I have heard from someone who's close to Hull side, they want 900k. For me, 900k for a player who's got 1 year left on his contract is a little bit steep, but he's good at the league level. And I'm going to be interested to see when they do next, because it's going to be really interesting to see how we play it next. I hope the interview hasn't upset Chansiri. We know that sometimes things like this will, and he might be, but I think we've got a different Chansiri now. And I think it's a little more interesting with him. So, Lucas João as well from Reading. If he goes, that'll net us some profit as well. Ben Puritan's gone to Ross County, I think. So that's another left back off the table. And it's been a weird one because we've been all expecting all these, like, I got told by someone close that we could have 3 in this week. And it seems like everything's had a stumbling block. There's been a bit of a blockage on each thing. So it's been interesting. There are deals that are very close to coming forward. Hang on, I need to just move my chat a minute. My stuff around. I can't see chat, but I can see my stream. There we go, a lot better. We need to try and sort out what we do next. So today, it's been interesting. I said today, I meant to Wednesday. What do we have Wednesday? Wednesday, we're starting to see the kind of rumours about Harley Dean coming back. Dean possibly coming back to Wednesday. Still trying to see if we can get a deal there. It's another one that's going to be interesting on that one, because if Dean does come back, we're going to have to pay a lot of money and a fair bit of wage for him. And we're getting to that bit where you're starting to look at what our wage structure is, what's going to be next, how we're going to play it, what's going to be the best way of going forward, if that makes sense. Because right now, when they're in a situation where we need to box very clever with what we can come in and what we can't get in, if that makes sense. So it will be interesting to see how we go about it. So it's been a weird week because I've been ill. It's been hard for me to kind of get a read on a lot of things that's happening at Wednesday. So one of the big ones have been ex-players signing for places as well. Shea Dunkley's gone to Shrewsbury Town. Great club for him. I think he'll do very well there. One of the ones that I did do a video on was the is it Kyle Joseph? I think it is. Have I got that right? I've probably butchered his name again. I did it once already this week. I think I got it backwards. Let me check. I hate it when... No, it's Kyle Joseph. I get... It really bugs in me when we have players with two first names. But he's a player I would definitely look at. Looks a very good player. He looks very solid. He looks like he knows what he's doing. At this level, he will be good. Shrewsbury, I'm starting to think dark horses. They're making some very good business at the minute. They're looking good. Hey, D, I hope you well, mate. And it's interesting watching what happens next with him because it seems like Swansea are willing to let him go on a loan or permanent. I think Darren Moore trying to get more permanence in now and what should go for a lot of loans near the back end of the transfer market. I think he'd rather play with a lot of players that are already his and he knows to stay in than have a team full of everyone. So it will be interesting there. I'm going to talk about that in a minute, actually. And you're looking at it. Portsmouth are in that race as well, so we've got to be very mindful of that. There was a story about Lee Gregory possibly on Huddersfield radar. I don't think that's the case. I think he keeps popping up on people's radars. But I think he's very happy in Sheffield. He's been wanting to be back in Sheffield for a while by the sounds of it. Closer to his family, be able to do much. We're starting to see images from pre-season training. That's looking good as well. They did the video today. Good to see. And Windass winning races on pace. Don't. Jordan, I get what you're saying. We don't need any more striker, but I think if he brings someone in, it's someone who can play either striker or winger. And I think Kyle Joseph and Wilkes can play that kind of role. And you're saying, I don't think we need any more strikers. If you look at what strikers we've got Smith, we've got Gregory. Windass doesn't class himself as a striker. Cadamartri if he wants to. Technically, he's only got two strikers there. Windass does not class himself as a striker. He says that a lot. He's not a striker. I think he sees himself as attacking mid or coming off the wing, playing inside. I don't think he classes himself as a striker. Evening, Charlie. Good mate of mine, One Rover Vlogs. We'll be playing them this season. Bristol Rover fan. Very good channel. Got great content. He's absolute cracking bloke as well. Great to talk to. I've beat to him a lot on the Football Vlogger podcast, and he's going to be interesting to see how we come up against them next season. But yeah, I still think we need a striker because you've got to think of rotation. Rotation of players. You don't want to overuse certain players because we know what Wednesday's like. Touch wood kind of thing. We don't have injury problems this year. They're all put to bed and everything back to being a little bit better. But we have to be really smart how we do it. We have to go in. And if you're looking at it, it's going to be interesting to see how we do. And it's interesting that today, Cheltenham Town has said they want around 500k for Alfie May. Now, in the video I did earlier, I turned around and said it's a bargain. Maybe we should go for him. But also at the same time, he's 29 tomorrow. So there's no resale value there. There's no resale value if you need to. If you go get Wilkes, there's resale value there. There's a bit to go, and he's had one good season in League One. That doesn't mean it's going to translate next season, and it'll be interesting to see how we do there. And it's an interesting market at the minute, because if you play this transfer market right, there are some excellent free transfers about that you can pick up. And there's probably some excellent transfers if you're smart with how you negotiate. You notice everyone's negotiating really smartly at the moment. Also, 27 people watching at the minute and only 9 likes. Let's get those likes up, people. I much appreciate that. It helps the algorithm, as I always say on the videos. I keep knocking my table, so I do apologise. So it's going to be interesting what happens next with everything, because I have a sneaky feeling that we're going to be playing the waiting game a little bit on some deals. Yeah, we still need a left back. That is something we massively do need. A left back would be great to come into the club. I still think we need a winger. We definitely need centre backs. Now Brennan's gone on loan to Swindon Town. Wish him all the luck. Hopefully he'll have a good season there, come back better. And Brennan's one of the ones I really think going down to League 2, getting kicked a little bit, getting regular game time, I think it'll work out for him. Let me go through some of your comments here. What do you mean no? Alfie Main will do us and Dean and a right back, can't remember his name. Fair enough. Punky, you had a short list. Who would you say go for in it? I will do a video on that. I'm not going to do it on a live stream. I'll try and do a video on that, because that's a good video to do, and it'll be good to have a thing. I might see if me and Deck could do one, actually. It might be good for the podcast. It's all about pace. Yeah, that's the one thing we lack. We lack pace at the minute, and we need it. And I only see us got it with Windass. Sometimes it's not all about pace, but we do need it. I think, yeah, Massimo Luongo finally said thank you to the fans, and it's good to see we finally got that from him after everything that happens. I still think that was an agent player thing that happened, cross wires, not a club player thing. I think the agent got in touch with the club to then turn around to the and say that. But if he goes to Reading, good luck to him. But Hutch and Reading, Math, I think that it's going to be interesting, because the thing is, with that, you're going to have the situation where you have to be very careful if you're Reading right now. They're in a similar situation we were. They've got a certain budget plan with the EFL to get done because of all the stuff that happened with them. They got to stick between the budgets, so it'd be interesting to see what happens. You know what? I've now got membership on this channel, so people can become members. I will get someone to make me an emoji, a Windass with paste, and that can be one of the emojis. Let's see what happens. Thank you. Did you see? Oh, Barnes got a new 4-year contract. Wow, that's good. Punk, we should go in for Ferguson at Palace. He's good and he's very young. I've seen that one linked, and I think that would be a good shout. Let's see what happens. Any Premiership team at the minute, I think any Premiership team may start doing the loans that they loan out, or maybe be able to do at the end, near the end of the season, near the end of the transfer market, because they want to try and figure out what happens next, if that makes sense. They really want to try and have that kind of situation there. It'll be good to see if we could do that. Should Moore get sacked? No. Why should Moore get sacked? Tell me your reasons for why Moore should get sacked. I don't think so. He got a 4th place last year. Some people will think that's not good enough for this league, considering all the injuries we have, and we had a great run near the end. I think he did phenomenal with it. This season, he's going to be on more pressure, though, because at the end of the day, he's now been backed. These are the players he wants. It's going to be interesting. Taking our time for now to see who's available. Next 10 days, we'll see a lot of. No, I think you're right. I think we'll see a lot of activity soon. I think we're just trying to see who's available. Players have gone back to club now, so it'd be interesting to see what happens there. I'm always interested when clubs get back into pre-season, what happens next. So I think you're right there. I think we're going to be taking our time. Ian, hello. Hope you're feeling better, pal. Take care, neighbours. They're getting better, but having like a coldy flu thing we had this week wasn't the best thing. It was a summer cold. It wasn't COVID. We all tested negative, but it wiped us all out. My little girl especially. She had a dance competition Friday, Saturday, or concert, and then they had a party, and it just wiped her. She'd been ill most of the week. She's actually gone to bed early today because she just feels tired. Jacob admitting Windass to have pace. Yes, I am admitting he has pace. I'm never going to let that down. I'm going to have to do a t-shirt that says Windass have pace. More getting sacked playoff with no money to send. 100% no. Yeah, I agree, Stuart. Can you guys hurry up and sign Dean Ford? I'll even pay the fuel to drive him up north. Apparently, we're interested in May at Cheltenham. If you can get May, mate, that'd be a good deal for you. 500k or more. You may get priced a bit more for your championship, but mate, I like him, but if you can get him to work it there, that'd be brilliant. We really want Dean. He's done well for us. He fixed the problem we had. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Now, why will you get sat fourth place finish? More positive that recruitment man did this season. That proved that's what he's made of, not last season. Yeah, it's the thing. You look at what Moore's done over the last season. Last season was his first proper way of getting into the club, and it'll be interesting to see what happens here. What's this? I've just seen a Star article. Let me just have a look. Did I miss this earlier? Let me just have a read. Oh, it's the Kyle Joseph story. So yeah, Sheffield Wednesday has announced some pre-season games. So we've got Viaricola. I can't say it. Balacanto or something like that at home on the 20th of July. So that's just before we start the season. Give me names I can say. We also got a Wigan pre-season as well, which have caused a bit with some of the Wigan fan base because, you know, they got that whole situation with Windass. There's still a lot of rivalry there with that bit. 23rd of July is that one, and that's away at Wigan. I also want to just make it on here as well. If I can just be a bit serious here at the minute, because I'm going to try and find the GoFundMe links for both of them. Give me a minute. Because this week we've had the whole thing with Palmer and doing the doing it for Jude campaign. Palmer done amazingly well with that, and we're all blown away by the support and stuff that he'd done for the family, and they've done amazing. And if you can donate to it, please do. But also, we found out this week that Tommy Furr's little boy is also now not well, and with cancer. And I want to just make sure people understand that as much as we complain about football and transfers and everything else, at the end of the day, sometimes football is nothing compared to what a family's going through when they're little and poorly, especially when they're that age. So I just want to make people aware of it. I will pin one of the comments. I will pin this one here, the one that Palmer's been doing, or in that one. I'll put that one up for now, and then I'll find the Tommy Burr one later so we can put Tommy's in as well. Because both it's heartbreaking to hear, and as a parent, you never want your kid to be ill and feel like you can't do anything about it. So the fact that Palmer's done this and raised so much money so far for their child, it's amazing. And I just want to make sure people understand it's there. The link there. Please go donate there if you can, because it's Palmer's done amazing, but I really want to make sure people get the help for them so they can do. So far, Tommy's Burrs family, so far they've got 17,000 raised, and the goal is close to 20 grand. So if you can donate a bit, please do so, because I've known friends and family with kids who have been had cancer, and I've seen the effect on the family and on how it's affected parents. So please donate if you can. It will help a lot. And yeah, we'll get on to a little bit of seriousness now, but well done to Palmer for the money he's raised. Well done to everyone who donated. The link for Tommy Fairchild and Aaron Jameson kid there as well. Please donate if you can. I'd much appreciate it, because they're both going through difficult times with this. So if you can donate, please do. Yeah, so it's hard to go talking football after you've done that kind of breakdown of what's been going on there. Let's talk about Brennan again, because Brennan's interesting, because Brennan, I think this is a smart move for Brennan. He needs to go and get a lot of 13 football, and I don't think it'll be the last time we see someone go out on loan. This is obviously a case that we are trying to make room to bring in players, and I'm always interested to see how players do. Hi Nat, I didn't see you there, mate. Thank you for coming in. We've got to be really, really interested in how we do this. Pop Bob, how are we financially in general? Become hearing negatives. So at the moment, right. So there was an article this week that said we were one of the worst performing clubs in Europe, and I kind of turned around and said, I understand that, and I kind of tongue in cheek said Barcelona are kind of the worst than us, and so he kind of went, yeah, but the revenue. But at the moment, Barcelona can't actually sign players or register players. What I read were about 124 million in debt, and I don't know if that's debt to Chancery or debt to someone else. Then I read somewhere recently it was 134 million. To start with, there isn't a club in really that really never really not in debt, in a sense. There's always a little bit of debt. So it is concerning, I get that, but we also need to get out of League One, desperately. If we don't get out of League One next season, I think it could be a slight issue. I think we could have more issues to go with, and that's not something we want to think about. Hi, Green Fingers. I'm well, thank you, mate. I'm well as I can be. Cadamarchi probably does need to go on loan, you're right. But I think with the financials, when you saw the financials last season in the report, I think you saw a little bit where the club's trying to change. We are trying to push it up, try and make it so we're self-sustained a little bit. And I think this is why you're seeing us going down the loan market, freebie market at the minute, and waiting until we make some good calls there, because I think if we can get that done, it'd be good. News on Wilkes, it's the same as we knew already. Wilkes is the same as we knew already, Bob. 1, 2, 3. Basically, balls in our court if we put another offer in. I think we might be waiting until Lucas João, if Lucas João leaves Reading, use a bit of the money we get from Reading, and then use it on Wilkes. We're in that kind of thing. We're kind of in that position where we can wait a little bit, because even if he does go, I don't think he's worth 900k for them, and he's probably worth that to us. But I don't think we want to pay 900k for him. That's what I've heard, that they want to get about 750 to 9k, like I originally thought. My issue is he's got a year left on his contract. They've made him sign an extension. He's thinking he's going to start, and it sounds like he's not going to start. The 28 people here, 22 get those likes up, please. It much appreciated. It helps the thing. It's about 900k they want for him, Bob, so it'd be interesting. Big up Palmer, top man. Football is a pastime. Our kids are paramount. Exactly. And also, Palmer is set to when Palmer leaves Sheffield went in and either retired, which I think he'll probably retire as an owl, hopefully. I think you'll see it where he's already got his Liam Palmer Academy. I think he's already got some of the badges. He's already coaching kids. And I think that's where you're going to see him thrive and do really well, personally. Let's have a look. Looking at Alfie May and a lad called Joseph at the moment. I'll snap the hands off for that kind of money. Talking about it. Hey up, Andrew, DRFC. You've had an interesting one this week with signings as well, as I've seen. Mike Claff was at Donny, been pants since he left us. He was good at Hull first season, but then he got injured. He had a little injury, and if it's anything like what Wenty do, Wenty are very good at getting players who are injured and then slowly try and build them up. I'm buffering, so I don't know why I'm buffering on YouTube. We'll see why that is in a minute. Let me know if I am buffering, please, because on my end it froze. There we go, it's fine. So it will be interesting to see what Wenty do in the next couple of weeks. Before we got a pre-season friendly tomorrow, I believe, if I got that right. Yeah, we got pre-season friendly against Harrogate tomorrow. Thank you, Captain Nat. I much appreciate it. We got pre-season friendly tomorrow for against Harrogate, so it'll be interesting if we play there. You saw the video today with Will Vokes, Smith and Awickway finally in training. It's good to see them training and doing well. Still salty on Twitter, that whole Rotherham stuff. It getting a bit annoying. Just leave it for a bit. Yeah, Alfreton tomorrow. I thought Harrogate Town tomorrow. I may be wrong. Let me have a look. No, I don't think it is on iFollow. I can't see it being on iFollow anyway. Alfreton Town, not Harrogate Town. I got too confused. My mistake. I don't think it will be, Finn. It's not the kind of game I can see us putting on. All I know about the game tomorrow is that it could be interesting. I was attempting to go in, but it depends how my little girl feels. Me. So it's gonna be interesting that couple. We still need a left back. I think we're all right in midfield now. I don't think there's much we need in midfield. I think we're slowly getting there. Let's see if there's anything else I've missed on this week. Because I'm not gonna lie, it's been a very, very weird week. Let's have a look. It's just been a really weird week where it's been quiet. There is the whole kind of talk of the shirt. It's probably going to be announced next week. I can't see it being announced anytime soon before tomorrow's game, unless they're going to do what they did last year, put a shirt up that's not a shirt, unless we get something tonight with it. I doubt it. At the end of the day, all we know is that it's going to be blue and white stripes. It's just what kind of blue and white stripes are they going to do this time? Kind of thing. How they're going to different it, because I can't see it not being it. Interesting one. And remember Lewis McGugan? He's now 33 and he's still not retired. He's been out without a club since 2018. Interesting. He's actually legal. Door on Tour had an interview with him that basically said that he tried to talk to him about it and he said he legally can't. Yeah, I don't see us being into Stockley now. Now we got Smith, the similar kind of players. I think my issue at the moment is with the players we got in and what we got coming forward, there's not much resale value. And I think going forward, we need to start looking at that. We might need to start doing a Peterborough where you look lower in the league. That lad from Forest Green, that looks interesting, but he's now getting a lot of look from Championship team. I think it's Calder. Oh, not League 2 anymore. He's in the League 1. Forest Green came up. My mistake. I forgot about that. So, yeah, if we get anything done, it'll be soon. I hope. But I think we've had one of those days this week where we just really struggled to get not positive, but stuff going forward, if that makes sense. Because we need to be really smart with how we do our business. let's make no doubt about it. MK Dons are a good club at being very, very good at who's Matt? Matt? Remember it was on I Follow last year, the Celtic. I don't know if that's because of where we were. It all depends. It's Alperton Town as well. So we'll see. They might not have the stuff we would have to do stuff. Really hope the new shirt doesn't have big white back again. Never like that. I'm never a big fan of the white back. I like it to be blue and white all the way through. So we will see what happens there. I like what they've been doing though, Macron, this year. A lot of the clubs have got old retro kits. I've seen Nottingham Forest new kit, and that looks superb. And it ain't got sponsorship on it, man. It just looks really good. Hey Jake, how you doing, mate? I'm not bad. How are you? How are Lincoln doing preparing for this season? Jake Tom, Stacey West podcast, one of the hosts there, does amazing, really knows his stuff on Lincoln as well. And it's funny how we managed to kind of have a little bit of a rivalry last year with them. It went a bit insane, didn't it? I think Celtic one was for sure in Yorgidi. May have been. Did anyone snap Talbot from Newport County? 25 goals and 3 champs. I don't think so yet. I know Thingy went. What's he called? I know one of them went to Crawley out of them lot. I know a certain Rover fan that had a bet with someone who would have got a shirt name. Have a look. Copy. Talbot. Let's have a look. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens there. We'll have a look. I'll have a look into that one, mate. Not sure. I ain't looked at it. Yeah, it was Crawley. That's the one. Thank you. Telford went to Crawley. Thank you. That's it. He can go for fun up there again, isn't he? Really is. Such a good player. I actually like the announcement of that as well, annoyingly. Something I get a bit annoyed with. We went there, our announcement can be a bit flat. I'd like us to work a little bit more on that. Let's have a look what we got here. All good, mate. We just signed a lad from Halifax. Couple of players in the door. Hopefully, a few more new man. Sounds like he knows what he's doing. It's what you want to see, Jake, isn't it? It's what you want to see when a new manager comes in and put their stamp on it. It'll be interesting to see how it all goes next season for you, because you're in that like mini rebuild again, aren't you? So it'll be interesting to see where you land in that. Also, tonight we've all found out that are we allowed to take 4 points like you again? No. If you take 4 points off us again, I think some of our fan base might melt down again. Yeah, it didn't go down well, that did it, mate? It's all right, Susan. It's fine. It's the big one. The big news that I've seen most of people talking about is Derby County have been taken over and the takeover completed, and I'm happy for the fans. They've got the club sorted. I am annoyed with how it's happened in terms of how long they've had to get it sorted. I don't know if that would be the same for other clubs. I hope it would. But it's going to be interesting what happens next, because they set a really interesting precedent now on how, if you go into administration, how long it can be. And it's always going to be interesting to see what happens there, because you don't want to see it. Let's be honest, we don't want to see clubs going out of business. And the fact that Derby sort of, but are they going to go silly and do bend again? But it should be okay. If your guys play your cards right, you should, with the players you sign, you should win the league. But again, people said, exactly. League One is turning into a mini championship, and I love it. I absolutely love the fact that it turned into this mini little championship now. And it's just so much more competitive. Anyone can beat anyone in this league. I really to lead that. In the Championship, you don't think that anymore. There's already that team that comes down who just overloads it, and you know kind of who's going to go where. In League One, anyone can beat anyone on their down. I love it. If we can't get out of this league this season, I'm going to be so mad. I think everyone's going to be in that situation. And to be fair, I'm just glad we're here. Yeah, I've seen that, Robert. I have just mentioned about Derby being saved. It's good to see for football, but it's going to be interesting precedent with the EFL now. What happens if and when the net club have to go to the wall? Are they going to get given some time? To be fair, it'll be really interesting to see. I am a little bit channeling my Keegan. Well, Kevin Keegan was a Donny lad, and I'm a Donny lad, so there you go. He actually went to my high school. He went to my high school I went to, so it was interesting. If you guys, let's have a look. If we can get... I don't hate the league. I hate the standard of refereeing. Sometimes you go, oh, this is really annoying. But there's some results that you get in this league that are interesting. I think it's competitive. And I think that's why some people don't like the league, because it's too competitive. Wouldn't shout about being a Donny lad, mate. Oh, Jake, ow. Yeah, true. I'm hoping everyone knows I'm a Donny lad anyway. So, interestingly, the reason I support Wenty, because my grandma grew up in Sheffield and she lived on Bramwell Lane, but she never supported Sheffield United. She always thought of Wenty, and she met my granddad like a couple of low years later, but they found out they grew like up on either the same street or the street behind each other and never ever met each other. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens coming this season. Second would do me automatics. It's going to be an interesting one this season, isn't it? Because there's a lot of teams doing business, like Ipswich again doing good business, and they're going to be interested to see how they get on. You've got the likes of... No one knows where Derby's going to be this year and how they're going to be. They got a complete rebuild and not much time to do it in either. You're going to see Derby get busy fast. And it also depends how much money the new owners of Derby are willing to throw at them. Are they going to turn around and see what you can do? Or are they going to say, here's a loads of money, the fans need to know more? Troopy Town are doing some great business. They look like dark horses this year. They really do look very good. Bolton are doing a little bit of good business as well. Morecambe are re-signing, but Charlton have done okay so far. They're slowly starting to make some business up. And you got to remember, there's a lot of teams so far that still haven't done more. Bristol Rovers doing really well. I'll have to keep seeing when Charlie does a video. I agree with you, Jake. There are about 12 teams that could generally get promoted this season. It's going to make a very good... Don't get me started on Charlie, Jake. Fuming about them. Oh, no, mate. It's going to be a very interesting way of doing it. I'm a Wenty fan. As my mum bought me a football shirt from a car boot. Just happened to be a Wenty shirt. Oh, nice one. I reckon Derby will go in for May and maybe Wilt too. If they have the money to spend. Yeah, that's true. The Wilkes thing could come down to someone like a Derby coming in. And then that might be one of the cases. How much do we want him and do we overpay for him? Personally, it's one of the ones. He got the resale value. That's the one thing we don't have with a lot of our players. If you're looking to grow your team and make money off them, you need to have players who are able to have sell-on value. And there's not many of ours that do. If we were going to do that, we could have... I didn't realise South London moved to Scotland since this sign with Cradle. Cracking sign. That's very funny, Jake, because we had very similar with... I think he's still a Charlton boy, actually. Sean Clare. So Sean Clare turned around and said to us he wanted to move down south to be closer to his family, and he moved up to Hearts. So that's actually really funny, mate. We get that. As Wenty fan, we completely get that one. He's definitely gone the wrong way. He's taken the wrong way home there. So you're gonna have to play him again next season, I'm afraid, mate. Don't let you play snap him too much. But it's gonna be next season. Gonna be interesting because like Jake just said, there's about 12 teams who are up there for promotion, and it's gonna be interesting to see how we get on. Show. Where are the geography? Oh, mate, you do seem to have that kind of thing. If you get players in, you have to either get them like you've done, like from Halifax, unknown talent, build them up, get the money for them, then have to try and replace them again. It'd be great to see Lincoln if they could try and do a promotion push again. Because can you imagine Lincoln in Championship? That'd be insane. It'd be good for the city as well. It'd be good for the city. But it'll be interesting to see how everything goes. Who want to move to the middle of Sheffield, Robber and Donny, etc. Any updates? And don't get me excited. Stop it. Wilkes is basically same as what Monday was. We had to turn around and we had the kind of thing saying it was the offer we put in was nowhere near enough, but they accepted it, but then they changed their mind again. I've been told that by someone near Hull, they want around 900k, and that's about all we know. For a player who's got a year left on his contract, I get it. They paid 1.2 million for him. They want to eat some of that back. The way that interview spoke, it was I don't like when people go no disrespect, but you're gonna be disrespectful at the same time. If you sign Wilkes, I'm putting you first in my 124 now. Yeah, if we get Wilkes, it will be interesting because our kind of thing is set up for it's set up right with what we've brought in so far. And Jake's hit the nail on the head. 900k for a player in League One, how can we compete? You can't. For a team like Lincoln, that is hard to compete with. They don't have that kind of money to splash on a player that for them, 900k, I'm not trying to be bad here, but that's a lot. That's a lot of all your transfer budget gone, if I'm right, Jake. I'd go 500k for Wilkes, no more. It depends what they budge on. It depends what they budge on, because by the sounds of it, they want to try and recoup what they got. But if we can offer 500, 650, and they say, all right, yeah, that's fine, we could be able to have it that we say we buy, ideal scenario, we buy Wilkes for 650, or say we go, right, we'll pay you the 900k, but this is only if it happens. If Reading then sell Zhao for 2.5 or 3 million, we get anywhere from 5k to 650 back. So we get a little bit of the money back, but that's a hypothetical. If that deal doesn't happen for Zhao, he then put a lot of money on Wilkes without thinking that he might have got the Zhao deal. It depends on how much Chansiri want to go for it, and it also depends how much Darren Moore wants the player. I still say Wilkes at League One level is absolutely superb. We all know that. He's only 23. Yes, he's had a bit of an injury. I want to get it done, but I don't see where that's going to happen yet. A lot of things need to change, and need to change quickly with what happens with it. So it will be interesting, like what happens next there. I'm going to be interested to see how it goes, because if you're thinking about, we'll go back to Derby a minute. So Derby can look ahead with that. John Percy, somebody who's on their radars, said they're waiting now on to sign players with former Preston winger Tom Bursus set for the first one, Conor Huron, Nathan Mendes, Lang, and Jane Chester also in talks. So far, you got one. That is a lot of decent players. If they get all of them in, they're up there for doing See, they'll be up there to going top. Definitely. They got to go top. So let's have a look. I'm hoping for sign to further. We got 20 ourselves, Rumours, 10 million. That would be unreal if you could get 2 million, mate, for your club. That'd be amazing. Yeah, we'll still take points off you. I love the shirt. At the time, it was the home one with no sponsor, grey and a white. Oh, classic shirt, that, mate. Absolutely classic shirt. I'm doing all right, mate. Thank you very much. I should say more of a silver shirt than a purple than grey. Yeah, it was. Do you think players will sign from AFC Wimbledon will be good at League One level or Championship level? I think so. I do think so. I think Ben Hennigan's a very good player, and one of the things with Ben Hennigan is that he's been on Moore's radar for a long time. I said this in the video. Moore having looked at a player is very, very good. And if it's a player he's looked at for a long time, if it's the player he's looked at for a long time and admired him, he already knows him. He's scouted him. If it's a player he's worked with every time, so say if he's worked with Wilkes, he's worked with May. If it's a player he's worked with before, that helped because you got someone who already knows the style of play Darren Moore wants to play, how he wants to go and do something. I think this is where you look at the example at the minute I'm going to use is a bit an interesting one. The whole example with Manchester United with Ten Hag going after Ajax players, the players who already know how he works in his system. So they can automatically fit in, work it out, get it all right. And it'll be interesting to see what will happen next. I think Hennigan will be perfect. So, first preseason. Who you got, Jake? Who's your first preseason friendly tomorrow? Who are you playing? We just need defenders that can defend set pieces. I think we got that, but we just need more of them. We probably need now. You got Iorfa, you got Hennigan, you got Michael Ikaway. Oh, I can't say his name again. I'm gonna get that wrong all season, and it's gonna bug me. You got them so far. You still need probably a Dean or someone there because Jordan Thorpe is definitely not coming back. He managed to play themselves into that team. Thank you. Going to Tennessee away, we've got Grimby and a couple of absolutely huge on the fucking football. Oh, definitely. Our first friendly tomorrow, mate. Cade Gaming. It's tomorrow. We're playing Alfreton Town, and let's hope that we don't do what we did last time when we played Alfreton Town. We got smashed 14-0. I don't want that to happen. Still think we need a young wing back as a backup to Johnson Hunt. We need probably a young wing back on either side, really, to have backup to Hunt and Johnson and Palmer. I still think we need that. That's definitely something we definitely need to have soon. Oh no. Anyway, bud, I'm off to work. Have a good shift, mate. Thank you for watching. Much appreciate it. If Lucas Jar could have stayed fit over the last couple of seasons, he would have provided probably worth close to the 8 million now. Akawikwe. Thank you. Thank you, mate. I'm much appreciate. I'm going to copy that and put that in a notes app because that is going to help me massively because I messed his name up. If anyone ever sees me struggle with a name, please do something like that because my dyslexic brain does not work like that. It just goes, eh? It just sees a name and goes, nope, that's wrong. So I much appreciate that. We'll put it in there. Thank you. So it does help me. Will you be appearing on Dapper 18 channel? I will be appearing on Dapper 18 channel next season. We are doing something completely differently, which is good. Ikaway. So either way, I will use either saying. It'll work as long as it sounds right and not the way I pronounce things. That used to be my thing. It's still my thing, but I think Dex is suddenly having to take over a little bit of that because he's been struggling. There's a good few tall lads at the back now. Set pieces should be a lot better. It's more about not going behind early and having to work twice. Very much so. It's going to be interesting to see how we do that next season. Yeah. Will you appear on DAF 18 chat? I will indeed. Hey, hi Riley. Good you're back. How much were we betting Mick season? Shut up, Nat. Nat. Shh. No. We do not talk about things like that. I'm off to watch the under 19s. Bye everyone. Have a good one, Riley. Let us know if there's any good players. That show we did last season from my hotel room in Bolton. Was that the one where you had a Tinder date as well, Jake? Is that the one where you had a Tinder date? I think it was, wasn't it? Yeah, Wednesday fan can go tomorrow, mate. I'm pretty sure it pay on the gate. So yeah. If you can get yourself down to Alfreton Town, pretty sure you can. Oh, either Mosey, so you had a good one. Oh yeah, that's the one where you went to try and find food and all. When you were, it Bolton away, wasn't it? It Bolton away, and you were in that really high-rise hotel, and it was windy as hell. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. There it is. Alfreton Friendly. Yeah, so it is. Game kicks off at 3 o'clock with tickets available on the turnstile tomorrow. Adults are £10, over 65s and 16s and 25 are £5, and if 15s and under £3. So yeah. Go see if you can get to that game. It'll be good to see if people can. We'll fill it. We always do. It's what we do. It's at 7 o'clock. What's at 7 o'clock? Viewed. Let's have a look. I'm not going to go to that instead. No, that's cool, mate. That's perfect. That's really good. It's good for you to go spend time with people. A week way. I think I got it now. A week way. Are you just turning up, Jake? You can turn up. I'm a fan. Let me in. You should just use your. Don't you know who I am? Stacey West podcast. You might get in doing that. Let's hope the bookies are right about league titles. Even though I don't see it. Andrew, it's going to be interesting. Bookies are only as good as who puts bets on. Let's put it that way. It's going to be interesting to see how it goes. I'll be like, I'm Mr. Stacey West. Don't you know me? Funny. Yeah, Jake Tong is part of the Stacey Webb podcast. We talk about all things Lincoln City, and they are very good at what they do. You can go give them a listen, even though if you might not be a Lincoln City fan, they are very good at what they talk about, and they're always good to have a chat with. And I do like having a listen to it because if me laugh. They are really good. But this is the thing about YouTube. This is the thing that people don't see or get. Everyone thinks that every YouTuber, podcaster, they think we all hate each other, or we don't get along, or we don't, you can't like him because he's part of that. We don't do that. We just don't do that. We all get on. We all help each other. And that's the thing. We all help everybody on. Like, Jake goes on Napper's channel, and Napper knows everything about League One. I think Fleetwood are good people to look up for next season. They are doing some very good stuff next season. Fleetwood could be one to watch as well. With what they're bringing in, they could be interesting to see what Got Brown like as a new manager. I've already said to Charlie, I am looking forward to the Barton-Brown derby between Fleetwood and Bristol Rovers, because that is going to be amazing. Thoughts on Donny Rovers? I think you need to do a lot of work. You still got a lot of work to do, but I think you'll get there. From what I've seen, what you've brought in, it's getting interesting. Hang on, I've just got an email. It's The Athletic. You're starting to build something. It seems like you're starting to get there. You got to back Gary McSheffrey, but you got to start well. If you don't start well, I think your fans could turn. And that's something Donny don't need this season. You need everyone to be behind you. You have to have a really good start, Because you haven't had that good start, it's going to be hard to get the fans back on place. You struggle with that with Richie Wellens and then got Gary McSheffrey for a bit. And I don't know if Gary McSheffrey goes, I don't know who you will go for in terms of manager. It will be interesting. And the last thing Donny needs next season is a team where they can't compete, if that makes sense. We got a live pod with our new manager just released too. Oh, I will definitely give that a listen, Jake. That will be good. Did you behave? Did you not swear? Because you are known as the sweary one, like I am on Talking Wednesday of the podcast. Right, I'm off to watch the 19th match. It's final versus keep you updated if the go and Punk want to know any players or not. Just let me know, mate. I'll like to know whichever. Top man, I like them. I like them in the top 10. I can't believe Brooke Nathan Coles had been dropped by England. He's pretty good. Ain't he a Wenty fan? He is a Wenty fan, mate. He definitely is a Wenty fan. I'd like to see. It's a bit of a disgrace, really. I think he should have stayed. Yeah, I always get the thing from that. Please don't swear. I don't want to do any editing. And I try my best. So it's gonna be an interesting season. I'm hopefully seeing more business next week. I know he did. Shush. I know he did. It was a damn good finish and all. Annoyingly. Let's be fair, Jake. Last season when you played us, you absolutely thrashed us. And we just did not turn up that game. I think we had the typical big club syndrome. Come down from championship. Oh, it's only Little Lincoln. Thinking we'd walk it, and we didn't because we did the Wednesday thing and go, oh, it's only Little Lincoln, who are actually a very good team who played good football and absolutely dominated us and smashed us and took our tail behind our backsides. Sunderland didn't smash us. They well and truly beat us. They didn't smash us. But yeah. And to be fair, I'm happy Sunderland went up. But this is the thing. This is where Derby got to be careful. Derby next season has to be very careful because they are the new. They're the new kids on the block, and people are going to want to try and see how they come up against them and test against them. It's going to be an interesting season for Derby, and with what they already look like they got to get sorted. I hope you enjoyed your train service back on the horrendous 2. I hate that 2 carriage service. It's so... Why cannot that be upgraded? It does my head in. Every time I go to Lincoln, I'm on one of them and it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. I hate it. I don't get it. Let's have a look. I'm just going to check Twitter just to make sure nothing's happened or broke, but it don't look like it. Bit annoying about that one actually. But I think that'll be me done for the night. I'm nearly gone for an hour as well, which is good. We took 4K to you. They put no extra. Jesus, that is a shambles. That's a joke. That is an absolute. Then again, that's as good as when we played MK on the Easter and they cancelled all trains, so we couldn't actually do anything. Hello, Alex. Hope you're well, mate. But I am going to be ending the live stream in a minute. Thank you all for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure to do a live stream for you. I was only worrying about doing one because I didn't have it much planned. My graphics weren't done that much. If you could pick one player to sign for Wednesday, who would you choose? Realistically, and money's no option, I'd take Alec Mighton from Nottingham Forest. I think he's the kind of player we do well with. We could do basically what Jake's Lincoln did to Brennan Johnson. Turned him into a world beater. If money with no option, and say Mbappe. It kind of that whole situation could just be silly. I will watch that, Riley. I ain't got much else to do tonight, so I will watch that. Pardon me. I don't know. I'm trying to have a think. We'll have Vardy. I'll get Vardy for a couple of seasons. He'd enjoy it. I might go to that tomorrow. Actually. I might go pick up. I just remember there's an event on tomorrow that I might be able to go to and get an old Jamie Vardy shirt, so it would be good. So, thank you everyone for watching. I will see you in the next video, whenever that is. Hopefully, it's soon. I'm getting really sick and tired of saying we might have something soon, but I really hope it's very soon. And yeah, thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one. And stay safe, take care of yourselves, and remember to look after each other. Make sure you're all well. If you're going, of course I have iPlayer. Charlie was in One Rover. Charlie, go sub to him. Go have a listen to the State of West podcast. Have a listen. It's always interesting to see what other clubs are doing. Go watch Dapper 18 videos. Talking Wednesday podcast every Tuesday at 5 p.m. It's up now. Go have a watch. It's on all podcast platforms of choice as well. There is Fan Hub as well that I'm doing that I need to do an actual slide for. I haven't done it yet. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.